Hi everyone, I am here today with video number 10 in a series I'm doing, which means we're halfway done already. And this series is again less popular alternatives to the top 100 girl names of the year 2014 in the US. Today I'm going to be talking about names 55 through 51, and at number 55 in the year 2014 was the name Ellie. Ellie, of course, is just a nickname of names that have E-L in them. Ellie Goulding is probably a big part of why this name is getting so popular. She's a very well-known British musician. And there's an actress named Ellie Kemper from the movie 21 Jump Street, and an English actress named Ellie Bamber, and another English actress named Ellie Kendrick. Ellie is the name of the mammoth that Manny the Mammoth falls in love with in the Ice Age movies, and Ellie Mae Clampett is the stereotypical hillbilly girl in the show The Beverly Hillbillies. This left the top 1,000 girl names in 1930, re-entered in 1992, and has been in the top 100 girl names since 2011. My first Ellie alternative I have is Elle. This is a French name that means her. Elle Woods is the iconic character from the Legally Blonde movies, played by Reese Witherspoon. Actress Elle Fanning is the younger sister of actress Dakota Fanning. There is the popular Elle magazine, singer Elle King, who sings the hit song X's and O's, and supermodel Elle Macpherson. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in the year 2002, all the way up at 614. And it is currently ranked at 395. I think someone who likes Ellie might like Elle because Ellie can be a nickname, and they are both considered to be nickname names. My next Ellie alternative I have is Elin. This is the Scandinavian form of Helen, which means shining light. It's also the Welsh form of Helen, and they would pronounce this as Ellen instead. There is a very popular model named Elin Nordgren, who is known as the ex-wife of golfer Tiger Woods. There is also a Swedish singer named Elin Lanto and an author named Elin Hildebrand. What's interesting is that since I've adopted, I'm part of several Facebook groups about adoption, and I keep seeing this name used all the time for little girls who are being adopted. I think in the last year I've seen at least 3 newborn babies that were adopted where they all named them Elin or Ellen with this spelling. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 2010 and is now ranked at 733, so it is being used, which I think is wonderful. And I think someone who likes Ellie might like Elin or Ellen for that similar look and sound. And my last Ellie alternative I have is Hailey. This is a Scottish name. It is the Scottish form of Helen, which again means shining light. Hailey Child is the name of a famous Scottish track Olympian, and there's a character in the show Ray named Ellie, but it is extremely rare in the US, and I think it is so adorable. And I think someone who likes Ellie might like Hailey for that similar sound. At number 54 in the year 2014 was the name Kennedy. This is an Irish name that has the extremely unfortunate meaning of misshapen head. It is also strongly associated with the cursed Kennedy family, which is all of the descendants and relatives of the President Kennedy that supposedly has lots of tragic things happen to their family. So I don't find it a very positive name, unfortunately. There is a rising child actress named Kennedy Bryce, and a female character in the Buffy the Vampire show named Kennedy. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names all the way up at 524 in the year 1994, and has been in the top 100 girl names since 2011. I would say if you have to use this name, even with it having that bad meaning, it's a lot less popular for boys, and it's so associated with 2 male presidents, of course, that I think would make a much better choice for boys in 2016, and especially because it has the very masculine sweet names Ken and Ned as nickname options. I should mention as well that this name is being used with loads of spellings for girls, so when you add all those spellings together, it makes this name even more popular. My first Kennedy alternative I have is Kinneret. This is a Hebrew name that means harp, and this is another name for the Sea of Galilee. This name is extremely rare in the US, but I think it is just beautiful and has such a unique sound. I think someone who likes Kennedy might like Kinneret for that kind of similar look, and it has the same syllable pattern. My next Kennedy alternative I have is Clarity. This is an English name that of course means clearness. Singer John Mayer and singer Zed both have songs named Clarity that are great associations, and this would also work as a great Claire alternative, which is even more popular than Kennedy right now. Something I really love about Clarity is that she could have Clary as a nickname, which I absolutely adore. I think someone who likes Kennedy might like Clarity because they're both 3 syllables with that K sound at the beginning, and they both end in Y. And my last Kennedy alternative I have is Kenna, of course. This is a feminine form of the name Kenneth, which means handsome, and it can be a male name as well. There is a Lady Kenna in the show Rain, of course, again, and there's a singer/actress named Kenna Silveri. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 2000 and is now ranked at 842. I think this name is absolutely darling, and both of my daughters have similar names to this, Brenna and Katura. Otherwise, I could definitely consider using it. And I think it's really great that this can honor someone with a Ken name as well. I think someone who likes Kennedy might like Kenna for that very similar sound. At number 53 in the year 2014 in the US was the name Paisley, and this is an English and Scottish name that refers to the type of floral pattern Paisley. I really strongly associate this name with singer Brad Paisley, and because it's similar to other boy names like Wesley, I think I'd prefer this on a boy personally. There is a Paisley in the Toddlers and Tiaras show, and there is a Paisley houndstooth in the animated movie Ant Farm. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in the year 2006 and has been in the top 100 girl names since 2013. It is another one of those names that people use all sorts of spellings with, so again, if you add all the spellings together, it makes Paisley extremely popular. Since Paisley is a word name, all three of my alternatives I have for Paisley are also word names. And my first alternative I have is Penny. This is an English name that of course refers to the bronze coin and is sometimes used as a nickname for longer names. I definitely associate this name with the character Penny Proud from the animated Disney show The Proud Family. I associate this with Penny Dreadful. There is a new show called Penny Dreadful based off of the book. There is an actress named Penny Marshall from Laverne and Shirley, an actress named Penny Johnson from the show Castle, an Aussie actress named Penny Downey from Downton Abbey, and there is a character in The Big Bang Theory named Penny. I think a lot of people associate it with that. The Disney movie The Rescuers also has a little girl named Penny in it. I used to love that movie when I was a little girl. This is also the name of a little girl in Inspector Gadget as well. Really great associations with this name. This has been in the top 1,000 girl names off and on since 1923 and is now ranked at 808. I think someone who likes Paisley might like Penny because they're both two-syllable P names that end in that E sound. My next Paisley alternative I have is Peony. This is an English flower name and it comes from the Greek word that means Song of Thanksgiving. Really great meaning. There is a novel written by author Pearl S. Buck called Peony about a Chinese maid with that name who works for a Jewish family in the 1850s, and Lynn Peony is the name of a character in the Lunar Chronicles books written by Marissa Meyer. It is otherwise very rare in the US and I think it is darling, and I think someone who likes Paisley might like Peony because they're both floral word names that start with a P and end in Y. And my last Paisley alternative I have is Prairie. This is an English word that means a grassland or meadow. A lot of people will associate this with the Little House on the Prairie books and the adorable Prairie Dawn character from Sesame Street. I think someone who likes Paisley might like Prairie because they're both word names with a similar look and sound. At number 52 in the year 2014 in the US was the name Kaylee with this spelling. This is a smush of the names Kay and Lee put together mean pure meadow. There is an actress named Kaylee DeFur from the show Gossip Girls, and a lot of people associate this with actress Kaylee Cuoco, however she spells her name K-A-L-E-Y. There is a character named Kaylee Fry in the show Firefly, and an ESPN reporter named Kaylee Hartung. Once again, this is one of those names that has loads of spellings, so it's even more popular with all those spellings. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in the year 1984 and has been in the top 100 since 1999. I find it personally dated, and I think a lot of people use this name to honor a Kay or a Lee or both, especially because those are both very popular for middle names. My first Kaylee alternative I have is Kaylee with this spelling. This is a Scottish name that refers to a social gathering or party, and there is a celebrity makeup artist named Kaylee Dunn. It is otherwise extremely rare in the US, but I think it's lovely and has a fun exotic look. There's actually a namer in the name community who has a daughter named Kaylee Gwendolyn with this spelling. I think that is darling, and I think someone who likes Kaylee spelled K-A-Y-L-E-E might like Kaylee with this spelling because they have the same sound, of course. My next Kaylee alternative I have is Eulalie. This is the French form Eulalia, meaning sweetly speaking, really sweet meaning. Edgar Allan Poe has a poem called Eulalie, and there's a character from the musical The Music Man named Eulalie. There is a silent film actress as well named Eulalie Jensen, and there's a minor character in the book Gone with the Wind named Eulalie. This name is so fun and accessible and really sweet, and of course I think someone who likes Kaylee might like Eulalie for that super similar sound. And my last Kaylee alternative I have is Kay, of course. This is an English diminutive of Catherine, which means pure, and was once used on males. This is strongly associated with the beauty brand Mary Kay and the jewelry brand Kay Jewelers. There is an actress named Kay Panabaker from the movie Fame, and of course I really love the association Miss Kay from Duck Dynasty. This was also, like I mentioned earlier, a very popular middle name, so it would be very refreshing to see as a first name. I think someone who likes Kaylee might like Kay because it's part of the name Kaylee, and both could honor someone who has the first or middle name Kay, of course. And my last name for this video at number 51 was the name Hailey with this spelling. This is just a modern variant of Hailey spelled H-A-Y-L-E-Y, which means hay meadow. Hailey Baldwin is the name of the daughter of the actor Stephen Baldwin. She's a supermodel. There's also another model named Hailey Clausen, and there's a Hailey with a spelling in the show The OC as well. This is another one of those names that just has loads of spellings people are using, so again, it's even more popular when you add them all together. And there are tons of celebrities named Hailey with other spellings as well. This spelling first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1982 and has been in the top 100 since 1996. I definitely find this name really dated. My first Hailey alternative I have is the sweet and classic Heidi. This is a diminutive of the name Adelheid, which means noble. Really great meaning. Of course, many people will associate this with the children's book Heidi and model Heidi Klum. There's a celebrity named Heidi Montag, and there are two different popular stunt doubles named Heidi. There's a Heidi Moneymaker and a Heidi Germaine Schnapoff. The lead singer from the country group Trick Pony is named Heidi Newfield as well. This is a name I have always adored. I just love the sound of it so much, and it is a name I would absolutely use if it worked with my last name. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1939, was a top 100 name from 1966 through 1983, and is now ranked at 347. This is a name I think some people might consider dated. I think of it more as timeless. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And of course, I think someone who likes Hailey might like Heidi for that very similar sound. My next Hailey alternative is Haiti. This is an English form of a Greek name that means modest, really great meaning, and can also be spelled Haydee. This was coined by Lord Byron for his poem Don Juan, and of course spelled Haiti. It is the name of a country. There is a cricket player and coach from New Zealand named Haiti Tiffin, and a character in Mount of Monte Cristo named Haiti as well. I think someone who likes Hailey might like Haiti because of its very similar look and sound. I think this name is super adorable. And my last alternative I have for Hailey is of course Holly. This is an English name that refers to the plant or berry. Holly Hunter is a very well-known actress. I really strongly associate this with the darling little Holly Hobby dolls and Christmas of course as well with holly berries. There is an actress from the show Charmed named Holly Marie Combs, and a British actress named Holly Earl. Holly Golightly is the name of Audrey Hepburn's character from Breakfast at Tiffany's, and the author Holly Black wrote the Spiderwick Chronicles books. There's of course celebrity Holly Madison as well, and Holly Kennedy is the name of the main character in the book and film P.S. I Love You. This name actually used to be used equally for boys and girls. I actually have a relative who on their other side of the family had a great grandpa named Holly, and his middle name is Holland after that great grandpa, which I think is really brilliant. This first entered the top 1,000 girl names in 1936 and was actually a top 100 girl name from 1969 through 1992 and is now ranked at 449. I think this name is so darling, and I think someone who likes Hailey might like Holly for that super similar sound. That is it for this video. Please let me know what your favorites were of the alternatives I listed and any others you like for these names, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!